What's up, Speed Zone TV race fans? Robert Warren's in the booth tonight with my good pal Chris Schuster. Chris, say hi to the people.
Hello, people. We are back, and we're here to do this race tonight.
Hell yeah, we are. Monday night, exciting finish, new winner. Shane Welding took that win on the last corner down into the dogleg. Tonight is a different beast. Race number 11 at the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. We're at Nashville Superspeedway. It's a cold track tonight, so we're expecting a little bit different race, and it should be gripped up. 66 degrees temp, 95% humidity, but it's not really going to be a factor at night. Clear skies, 2-mile-an-hour winds, and you can see the track temp is 68, so it's very cool. It's very calm. It's going to be an interesting night. The points battle is definitely heating up. But before we get into what's going on for the points, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our starting grid as these guys are getting ready to roll. So on the pole, Dalton Steele, current points leader, Andrew Smith, P2. P3 is Badman Barnes. He's currently second in points, fifth and fourth. In fifth is Copperthorn and Pylon 6. Seventh is Mailman Miller and Lashbrook in eighth. Ninth is Daniel Love, and 10th goes to the Marvelous Manning. 11th is Cutie Patootie, Johnny Hurst, and Dylan Grayson, 12th. And Shane Welding, Monday night's winner, P13. P14th goes out to Isgreg. 15th is Barker, and newcomer in the field tonight, Jackson Miller. 17th is Ryan Hunter. 18th, Ramsey. 19th goes out to Mad Mike Straminsky and Timothy Richardson in 20th. And running at the field is Mr. Liam Bibi. So, 21 cars tonight. It should be an interesting race. Concrete surface, Chris. I don't know how you feel about racing on concrete.
Well, I feel just fine about it. I am excited tonight to see some super speedway racing. I know that you host the Monday night show for Super Speedway Series racing, which I do miss out on. So I'm excited to see something just a little bit different tonight. Yeah, I think it'll be a fun race.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of one of these rhythm tracks where these drivers are going to, kind of set the tone. So we're going to see a bunch of different strategies. Getting ready to go green. Green's out. Field fires off with Smith on the outside. The three machine of Barnes in behind. With it being a little bit colder, I think drivers are going to be able to... Ooh, contact there. That's Copperthorn. Down into the grass, getting squared away. Good job getting it gathered back up.
Now, Robert, I'm going to peel back the curtain here for just a minute. I'm about 5 seconds delayed behind you because I don't see your Discord screen.
Oh. Steele's still in the lead. Doing a great job there. Pace. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of the lap times. These guys qualified pretty fast. 36-second laps. We're seeing, 31-second laps. We're seeing that pace right now, but being a concrete surface here, I'm suspecting that we're going to see a lot of fall off with these drivers. Smith putting some pressure on Steele. We saw Steele snag a win or two this season. Actually, 2 wins. One at Dover, one at Texas. Excellent strategy for him as we watched him battle some drivers and just show that he was a master of managing tires. And a concrete surface, very abrasive. Winning at Dover, is also concrete, and another track not on the Roughneck Racing docket is Bristol. So not very many concrete tracks around, and they do require a slight different skill set.
Robert, I have a question for you, please. So these drivers are in the Monday Night League where they do only super speedway racing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to refresh Trading Paints as it said in the chat.
Yeah, I was going to pass that on to you. I was just going to ask, do we have a driver that does fairly well in that like Monday night series that maybe we can keep an eye on here for this Wednesday race?
Yeah, so the Monday night series, the car in second spot, Andrew Smith, is the current leader of the Monday night series. We have Tim Richardson. I believe he's in third in the points. Batman Barnes, currently fifth. Here is in second in points in the Super Speedway series, but also second in points in the Truck series. So it's really, right now, we're seeing a heads-up battle for a championship across both series, which makes it super exciting.
Super exciting at the Super Speedway. I like it.
Phipps getting some pressure from the 69 of Lashbrook.
And we have Sarah Lashbrook in the chat here, moving on the number 69, the number 5, and the number 96.
All the drivers. And what I think we're going to see here, Chris, is lap time. So we're going to switch over the tower here. We're going to take a look at the best time right now. So we can see the midst of drivers here. Even though Steele is the leader, he's led the entire race, only a 31-second lap. So that, to me, shows tire conservation. If you look in 4 spot, Lashbrook, 30.66. That's 0.3 faster than our leader. So that shows to me he's driving those tires a little bit harder. And as you push these tires harder on abrasive surface, such as concrete, that's going to give you trouble as the run progresses. Now we're looking at current time. So you remember Steele's time of 31 seconds flat. He's running an average of around 30.3, 30.5. And you see some of these other drivers, they're still pushing quite hard. So they're estimated to do about a 45 lap fuel run on these tanks of fuel here with what they're carrying. I think it's 80% fuel. So I'm thinking that, you know, hard racing might occur. We might see some drivers fall off and, you know, queue up that right front, slide in that right rear, and get a push loose condition.
Just a refresher, these drivers have 2 additional sets from their starting, is that correct?
That is correct. You see Barnes making the charge and Manning as well, as they've both started to inch up the field. Manning on the outside. Let's go ahead and take a look at him. He started in 10th. He's up 5 spots. And this is where we're going to start to see some of that tire fall off from those drivers that pushed a little bit harder.
Sarah Lashbrook in the chat. 3 sets of tires, question mark. So the drivers have 2 additional above their starting set, correct, Robert?
I could be incorrect. They might have 3 changeable sets and they start with 1. But we'll try to fact find that later on. Maybe we'll grab a driver for one of these driver interviews under caution. Take a look at these cool stats here. Fastest for the last 5 laps. Manning is the fastest car on the track in that 78 machine. Copperthorne making up time. We saw him slide down to the grass. He's the second fastest. Daniel Love, Johnny Hurst, and Barnes riding out that top 5 for the fastest 5-lap average. Smith just chilling on the bumper of steel. Lashbrook in behind. Let's go ahead and take a look at a driver who gets some camera time. Good old Skittles.
Isgrig.
Yeah, isn't that your favorite candy?
Skittles is one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, he's rocking wild berries. What do you know about wild berries?
You know what? He is consistently driving this paint scheme, and I think it's a pretty cool one.
Heck yeah. Isgrig's currently tied for 9th in points, 216 points. A few points back from the leader, but you know, a good race here, good finish in these next couple races, and he's really in the hunt here for a top 5 in points, which is really an opportunity for him to make some momentum going into the next season.
I'm usually in the bottom 5.
You're a power bottom.
Driver's doing well here for lap 16 so far.
Great race so far. That's a 12 machine of Dylan Grace in front.
Getting a little sparky on the wall there.
Yeah, a little touchy. This is where this is a track where if you throttle up too hard and too soon on the exits of the corners, it's where you're going to roast that right front. You see Isgrig dancing around looking for a little real estate as Grace gets up high.
Yeah, Grace had the pressure on.
But Grace also a points contender in the Roughneck. He's sitting a little bit further back. Currently 5th in points. He could podium. He's in a battle with Copperthorne and Manning for 3rd spot. Might be a little stretch for him to squeak into the top 2. But definitely starting 12th, running 11th now. Lots of racing left.
Oh, Grace is currently in 5th?
Currently in 5th in points. He's actually...
And then Isgrig is battling. Could, you know, if depending on where Isgrig finishes, could be in a charge for 5th?
Yeah, I mean, squinting one eye, it's about 30 points, well, 25 points-ish, separating 3rd to 9th or 3rd to 10th. And really, it's just kind of a good race is going to bolster one of those guys up because they have drop weeks in this 12-week series.
Fun. And we're watching them together here battle for position.
Yeah, another driver we're going to spotlight, also tied with that 12 of Grace, is Cutie Patootie Johnny Hurst. Here, he started 11th, currently 6th, so on a blistering run here. He's got the 71 of Daniel Love on the outside of him. Love is currently, I think, in the points battle as well. I wish I was more on top of it. But these two drivers here throughout the season have put on an excellent job of just being up front and getting that time. Daniel Love's currently in 9th. Hurst is tied for 5th with Grace. And, I mean, it's kind of anyone's battle right here. No wins on the season for either one of these drivers, so it could be a breakout night for one of these guys. Hurst making moves here. He's putting some pressure on Barnes in the 3.
Like he made it. Ooh.
He's tight. Look at, you see how Hurst is on the bottom of the corners as he exits. And that's so critical here of just not pressing the throttle down to the ground on the exit. You got to save your tires.
You know, and we comment on this a lot, and what we're seeing speaks to this. You know, these drivers, you know, so far we're on lap 22. They're all racing really, really hard, but you can see the respect, though. I mean, there's close battles, but, you know, we haven't seen anything, you know, anything kind of crazy. It's nice.
Yeah, well, it was only 2 or 3 races ago, and the 4th race ago, we were at Kansas Speedway and Iowa Speedway. We went green to checkered, back-to-back races. So, you know, there's a bunch of talent here. We've got, I don't know how many winners this season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different winners in the 11 races. Ben Ryan not in the field tonight. 4 wins on the season, but poor attendance takes him right out of contention.
I think we spoke to him last week, if I'm not mistaken, said he was doing some traveling, perhaps.
Yeah, he was last week's winner at Michigan. So just an excellent performance by him. We saw Dalton Steele last week in the Truck Series grab second spot. Mike Straminski in the 34. He's sitting a little bit further back, but that was his kind of breakout week. He finished third. He also grabbed second in the Superspeedway series. So, I mean, we're seeing late in the season a lot of these drivers come in and just charge and show that, hey, I can be a contender, I can race hard, and I can race clean.
3 things I can't say. Well, I can race clean.
You see our leader here, Dalton Steele, breaking out, leading all 26 laps of this race so far. I don't think he's going to be looking back, to be honest.
That's a familiar position for Dalton Steele.
Yeah, 2 wins on the season. I mean, he's the points leader for a reason. He was saying in practice how he had put in practice before the race server had opened up, and his crew chief and his pit crew were pumped it and ready to go, dialed in for tonight's race, and that truck is definitely handling better than expected and quite frankly showing masterclass of the field, which we've seen him do at the 2 races he won, but we've also seen several other drivers step up and charge.
A lot of drivers tonight chose new paint schemes for the super speedways.
Yeah, it's nice. This night facility here, you can see the cars kind of shine and glimmer. So I definitely like how they look under the lights. So a driver we haven't seen too often in the field, and he's more so returning, 96 of Parker. He's up 3 spots tonight, running 12th. And I think, it's nice to see him back out.
Ace.
I think we saw him in Season 7 and Season 6. Watching him on SpeedZoneTV, definitely a talented driver, but just he had all the wrong luck. So, I'm wishing him the best night, and you should too.
I wish Matthew Barker the best of luck.
Best of luck,
Currently
Matthew.
in 11th. Where did he start? How many positions has he? 12. Okay.
We got our first pit taker here, the 69 of Lashbrook. This is an interesting strategy, Chris. So these guys had 45 laps estimated on their tank. What we're seeing here is a 2-stop strategy where Lashbrook's going to try to break up the field. If these guys stay green, the tire fall off here is so great from what they were running at the start. Like, they're almost a second and a half slower a lap. So, very interesting strategy here. We're going to have to see how it plays out.
I like the strategy because you said roughly 40 laps to a tank. Is
45,
that what you were guessing?
Yeah.
45. So I like the strategy. I like to come in significantly early, bolt on some new tires, and then just try and go for the charge.
Yeah, the only challenge here is if we do get a caution, it's going to throw some of that strategy out the window. But if it stays green, I think Lashbrook has an interesting ace up his sleeve.
I dig that. Lashbrook was towards the back. Am I correct on that before the pit stop?
No, he's actually running up nor the front. You remember he was up with Smith and Steele for a bit. He started to fade off, as we were looking at some of those other drivers. So I think he was about 8th or 9th before he came in.
I must have been watching another race. Sorry to the fans. Well, we'll see if any of these other drivers maybe follow suit with Lashbrook's plan.
And a driver to watch, and you know, I said his name earlier. Mad Mike's had 2 great races, 3 great races. He's had impressive finishes, definitely breaking out. So I mentioned him earlier on, but another driver I do want to highlight is the 5 machine here of Shane Wielden, Monday night's winner. He's been a blistering fast driver since joining Roughneck Racing, and be interesting to see how, when we move away from super speedways, how he's going to fare here. He's currently 13th, lots of racing left though.
So let's send this one to the fans here who were watching live here. We just saw Lashbrook go to the pits on lap 30 here. Let's get some chat on what they think of that strategy.
Mailman Miller here in the 15, looking under Hurst to grab the 5th spot. Not seeing any other takers, Chris, on short pitting.
Steele opening up that gap to 3.5.
That's a big gap. Maybe you're gonna say it eventually, so I'm just gonna take you there. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at Dalton Steele's inputs here. So you better drive just like he's driving now. I like that smooth transition out of turn 2 there. You can hear him kind of ease on the throttle. Same thing here. He's not driving that truck too hard. One thing I want you to note too is, as you're looking here, you see the red mark on the wheel. It's going down to about the 7. It's touching his number. Now what we're going to do here is he gets a little high attitude. Woo! No pressure, Dalton. We ain't watching. Is we're going to hop to a different driver here just to give you a little perspective, because Dalton's running the fastest on the track based on his current tires, which is not a surprise, right? He is the leader, but we're going to pick on the 46 here of Phipps. Whoa, traffic.
That's going to change the inputs just a little.
Yep. But you should be here relative to corner speed, right? We'll give him another corner here, but you can see it's relative to the numbers. That's the 15 machine of Gary Miller and 58 of Johnny Hurst in front of him. But one thing I want you to notice here is the 46 enters the corner. You can see the nose kind of slide up the track a bit before it catches the apex. This could be dangerous here.
And that's just the worn out tires.
Well, it's also overdriving entry.
Okay.
So you're not seeing that from the 7 of Steele, because Steele is just maybe a mile or 2 an hour slower on the entry of the corner. That's stopping the nose from washing, and that's going to manage the tires more, where you're not going to get that tire fall off. We're coming up to pit window, Chris. We got about 4 or 5 laps before we hit pit window.
Yes, you took the words out of my mouth. I was just going to say that. Well, it's been a great race so far.
Super clean, no complaints here. You know,
got Miller into the pits, it looks like.
Did he duck
I thought
down?
I saw Miller. I thought I saw Miller. It said pit. Am I missing it? 36 there?
36. 15 of Miller is still on the track.
What am I seeing there?
I don't know what you're seeing.
I need to get back to this race, apparently.
Yeah, you can't see when people go in the pits. That's a different screen. Nobody's pit yet.
Thought I saw number.
What's up?
I'm just gonna.
Real question is, Chris. Real question. Real talk. What's up with last season's champ, Jimmy Rowdy Pilin here? What's going on?
Well, we'll have to ask him when he gets on the podium.
You think that's going to happen tonight? He started 6th, but let's just, I maybe have a suspicion here. Let's see.
Yeah, we normally see him towards the front, top 10 usually, but we have seen him in the back, and then, you know, sometimes fresh set of tires, resets. And
what's interesting here is that graph shows that he started up front and then in 20 laps completely tanked. I'm not seeing any damage on the truck.
Well, is it possible he discharged really super hard, lost tires, and then just lost it all? You know,
yeah,
just
I'm not really sure. Got Copperthorn coming in the pits. Camera guy needs to get fired.
Yeah.
It's going to be super interesting now because these guys are all going to start. Got some more pit takers here. Oh.
There goes Steele.
Steele. Coming in right now.
Well, this will be interesting to see where Lashbrook ends up after these guys come out.
Everyone's coming in the pits here. So Pilin's coming in the pits. The whole field is pretty, you can see them all rushing into the pits. But I agree. Where's Lashbrook going to end up? Steele, interesting strat. Did I see 2 tires only?
I do not know. I was going to ask you after these guys rolled through if we would run through some graphs and see.
We'll see what
tires, gas, all that.
We're gonna see what they say. You know, if drivers are successful here, Chris, at stretching it out to lap 50, I would be very impressed that a fuel strategy like this in a flag to flag run wins. Like, it takes a lot of discipline for somebody to park their car and save fuel and get to lap 50 or 51.
Now, is that possible with only one stop and then taking the tires? I mean,
of course.
Won't you have significant fall off?
I mean, but you got to think about it. The pit lane time. The pit lane time as drivers are coming in now. That's the 96 of Barker, 71 of Love, 5 of Welding. Graminsky still out on the track.
Well, this is exciting then. Like you said, if they can make it to 50.
If you make it to 50 and you one stop it, like, you're going to beat a 2-stop driver.
So, has the timing tower completely reset yet or no?
Yep. It's showing people, like, the 34 is coming in the pits now. So he'll be coming in, completing lap 49, 250. It is halfway.
So I was just going to get to this because it looked like Lashbrook was in 5th. A couple trucks in front of him just went to the pits. So Steele maintains the lead with Lashbrook and will be 2nd place, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so
should fall down.
Here comes the hurricane of statistics that will statisticky.
Yes, this is what we were all looking for.
It's showing that Steele took 4 tires. I swear I only saw 2. So it might be an issue with, what we have set for calibration. But I swear the left side of that truck only came up.
Well, the numbers will not lie.
Well, they could. And you can see that Lashbrook came in 20 laps ago. So I'm not sure how
So,
this is going to work out. I'm really not sure.
so he just lost position right now to Manning. So has a little bit of gap to Barnes in fifth. So we'll just have to watch and see how those tires will hold up for Lashbrook.
Well, he's got to make it to about lap 65, go in, bolt on more tires. So, I mean, he's really positioning himself for a top 5 finish based on how everything's working out. So that short pit stop is, to me, it's proving as a relatively good strategy.
So I want to ask you this with your stats, Mr. Numbers Guy. We had it in the chat earlier, but when Lashbrook went in early, short pitted for tires, did Lashbrook take fuel? Do we have any info?
Of course. Like, he has to take fuel. He would have ran out at lap 45, right? So tires always in the data, tires always supersede fuel input. So fuel only would be less than tires because it takes longer to bolt on tires. So it assumes that you're taking fuel if you're taking tires. I can't separate that.
Yes.
Short answer.
And you know what? That was actually a dumb question on my part, so apologize to the fans. Yes, he would not be running on lap 53 if he did not take fuel.
But based on when he pitted, he came in at approximately lap 30. So if he comes in at around like 65, then, 35 laps to a tank, he's got more than enough. So it really depends on, what the 69 machine in the mellow yellow wants to do with that strategy based on where he's running now. I mean, it looks good. Ain't nothing wrong.
It does look good being more than halfway into this race. Going into the chat here really quick here, we have Donnie, 1781. Jimmy has been crushed by Rex lately. Maybe in the Monday series a little more, I'm assuming. I don't remember seeing Jimmy Pilon have any wrecks here on our Wednesday nights.
Well, Jimmy's been caught up, maybe not causing the wreck, but definitely been involved as kind of like collateral damage, which is kind of I think it's taken the wind out of his sails. So
yeah, he did have a collateral damage hit last week, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Don 1781. Previous races, not tonight. And then Kelly Manning, the Manning player on here, rooting on Marvelous Manning, goes 78.
We'll check on the 78 in a second. Just want to highlight Tim Richardson here. Normally, the last couple races, well, especially on the Monday nights, we've seen him be a draft master. Also, we've seen him on the Wednesday nights have stronger runs than this. I don't know if it's Friday to the 13th for him in that paint, but I was kind of rooting for him as the night was starting here to have a blistering class run. He's sitting in the mix. He might be able to squeak out a top 10 depending on carnage and pitch strategy. So something to watch out for.
And then, Robert, I'm looking at our tower here. We have Miller out. Is that correct? The 36 is out of the race?
That's Jackson Miller. So he had an issue right at the start. Might have been mechanical. I'm not really sure. But he didn't make it too many laps. So that's not Mailman Miller. Mailman Miller's in 8th. Got
it.
Doing a check-in on the Marvelous Manning. Up 7 spots so far. Great run for him. That's going to help him in the 3rd spot for points championship and kind of seal the deal on that. But not really sure if he's got a shot at, grabbing 1st or 2nd. He's going to need to steal a win. I'm digging this red, though. I like metallic red.
I do, too. I'm always the guy that's chiming in on the paint schemes. I'm digging it with the cardinal on it. It looks good. This is a nice paint scheme with the reflective 78.
Yeah, I dig it. And then Andrew Smith here, our current leader in the Monday night series. I think he was black and red last time. So this might be some new fire for him. Is that purple
I think
flames,
so.
Chris?
Yeah, it looks like
Purpley
it.
pink?
Looks like purple. I would say like blue and red. It looks like matching the Tennessee Titans logo on the hood.
Are you a Super
It's
Bowl
American
fan, Chris?
football. Am I a Super Bowl fan or
Yeah.
football fan?
Well, I don't know if you like sports at all, so I would guess just start with You could be a Super Bowl fan, not a football fan.
I'm mildly into both. How about that?
Okay. All right, so you go both ways. Got it.
Okay.
Anyways, do you got a pick for the Super Bowl?
No, I really I couldn't care less. I was hoping for the Rams in the playoffs. They didn't make it.
Yeah. I was watching the AFC and the NFC. Great games. But I'm not really sure if I got a Super Bowl pick just yet. Time to check in. Oh, Marvelous Manning closing the gap on Smith. Only 3/10 back here. So that's going to be a battle that's heating up. Checking in on our leader now, the 7 of Dalton Steele in his Tundra. Started first, currently first. He's led all the dang laps. I don't know if he's going to slow down tonight or if he's kind of communicating to Barnes like, hey, this might be my championship unless you start doing some homework. Dallas Stars of Liam Beebe getting put our marker down.
Now the Stars are hockey, right? Isn't that your forte?
I mean, yeah.
Nice.
How'd you know?
I just had a feeling.
Take a look at the battle here between 7th and 8th. That's between Lashbrook and Love. Love just completing the pass there as Lashbrook is starting to fall victim to the tire wear based on his pit strategy. A spot back here is Copperthorne, he's clawed his way up, Chris, from cutting the grass up into almost the top 10 as he's chasing the 46th of Phipps and the 15th, the Mailman Miller.
Yeah, that's good to see. I mean, we always expect a good show from Copperthorne.
Yeah, and you know, when we've interviewed him before, we know that his strategy isn't to be fast at the start, it's to be fast at the end.
True. Consistent, clean, and then maybe attack towards the end.
And here we go. We got a battle for this spot here as these drivers close up the gap. That's for second spot between Manning and Smith. They're actually pulling on Steele a bit. If you remember a couple laps ago, and you may not because you're old, but they were 6.5 seconds back from Steele. So let's take a look at the last lap time here. You see Manning was 0.2 quicker than our leader. Smith 1.5. Interesting. Take a look at our fastest for the last 5. Andrew Smith, Ty Manning, Daniel Love, Barker, and Welding and Pylon just jumped into that. So, whew. I think what's interesting now, Chris, is we could see any one of these guys come in if they expect it to stay green and maybe steal the show. A short pit here, I don't know, might be the move. I want to see somebody roll the dice.
They pitted around 46, is that correct?
Yeah,
Most of these drivers?
In the window between 45 to 50. So, you know, that's going to be kind of the window here is going to be like 85 to 90. But you don't want to wait that long to take another set of tires. You want to be able to use those stickers and make the most of it. See, we got a battle still here. It looks like Miller, Phipps, and Copperthorne all sharing the same blanket. It's an intimate battle coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch into turn 3. Another battle here is between Grace and Welding. That's the 5 machine of Grace. Sorry, Welding and the 12 machine of Grace. Barker makes the pass around Lashbrook. 30 laps to go. I think the move here for that 69 is to duck in.
Well, we will see. The 69 is in.
He's in 12th right now.
Yes, I see that.
He's about to get passed by the 5 machine of Welding. So, you know, he's clawing back, but this is where bolting on those rubbers and making the most of them. So we'll go back to our fast lap times on the tower here. 30.5, 30.6.
Almost a position of like eliminate the position of like further damage, come in and take tires now before you lose more spots.
Yep. I mean, that's the strategy he picked, so he's got to come in. These guys they've got over a second a lap fall off, so you know he might be 12 seconds back, well 20 seconds back right now, but he needs to make that jump to make the most of those tires. Manning and Smith continue to close the gap on our leader, Steele.
Really impressed with these guys here. Sorry, buddy. Really impressed here with about at what, lap 70 almost.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a clean, really exciting race for these guys. So doing a great job.
And still the same battle. Phipps gets around Miller, and Copperthorne is on the bumper of Miller. So I'm not sure if it's a handle thing where Miller has starting to bite the bullet on those rubbers. But no takers on the short pit yet, Chris. I'm astonished, actually. I figured somebody's got to come in at least with 25 laps to go. Like, roll the dice here.
Well, especially probably Lashbrook, I would think.
Oh, absolutely.
To make that move, but we'll see. Ooh, a little bit of a squiggle. Copperthorne laying it on thick.
Well, I think Miller is definitely holding up the 98 of Copperthorne. You see Barker's closed in the mix. He wasn't battling with them before, but he's caught them. So, you know, Copperthorne is definitely faster, but he can't catch a break. It's hard to pass here. You either got to drive in deep, get under them, or you have to get to their outside on the exit. Or, sorry, the entry of the corner. Copperthorne trying to make a move,
like
rush of the wall, yeah.
Like you were saying. That could cost Copperthorne.
Barker, you know,
Barker.
Yeah, they're in different battles, right? Barker's here for a win. Miller and Copperthorne are running for points, right? So Barker might be a little bit more aggressive. Who knows? We got some pit takers. We got Lashbrook in the pits here. We got Barnes.
His grid coming out.
Yeah, this is gonna kind of be the strat, right? Phipps coming in, Miller coming in, Barnes, I think he's coming in, yeah. Grace leaving. Manning coming in. So, you know, if this stays clean, it's going to be very interesting. And remember, it's a second or more a lap faster the longer that Smith and Steele stay out. So if Steele doesn't come in for 6 laps, that's the lead, but he's going to have a tire advantage. Oh.
Now, is any possible way you would only take one side and be able to last and be competitive?
It might be faster, so I don't know. We'll see what the data says. We'll be able to see a 2-tire stop versus a 4-tire stop. Steele is on the track still. I think he's going to duck in here. We just saw Smith come in. 71 of Love is going to be our new leader.
Nice clean entry there for Steele.
Absolutely. You know, hats off to everyone because the transition here of the bank is a little tricky, right? You go from concrete to that kind of that asphalt surface, and that truck can get away from you rather easily.
So who inherits the lead here now with Steele coming into the pit?
Copperthorne is our new leader, but he's got a pit. We'll have to see kind of how Manning looks as Steele's coming out. So Steele's back on the track.
Oh, Copperthorne coming in now.
Yep. And Steele's still got about a 7-second lead over Manning. Smith in behind Manning by about a second. Isgreg up. After it shuffles, Isgreg's going to be, what, 4th or 5th? 5th? Isgreg's going to be 5th.
Because Copperthorne will come out behind him, correct?
Yep. So Steele will be our leader. Manning 2nd. Smith 4th. Sorry, 3rd. Isgreg 5th. Hurst 5th. Did I say that all barley booley, you know? It sounds good.
No, I think you got it. It was good.
Badman Barnes putting the heat on the 58 of Hurst. He needs a good finish tonight to keep that points battle tight. $19 laps to go, Chris. Not a lot of time. I'm gonna, you know, the art director of Artington took a little break tonight, so we have a little snip of our points battle here on the screen. It shows the breakdown for these drivers. Steele's got a 4-point lead over the 3 of Barnes. Manning currently in 2nd spot, but 3rd in points. He's 21 points back from Steele. Definitely within reach should carnage happen. Eric Copperthorne, great run for him. He's currently in 4th. 5th is tied to Grayson Hurst. Phipps in 7th. 8th goes out to Ramsey, who we just saw lead a lap there. Daniel Love currently in 7th. Isgreg, well, we just talked about him. He's sitting in 4th. So heck of a run for Isgreg, and that's really going to bolster his points as it closes out the night if he's able to hang on.
Yeah, tell the art of Artington. Great job with the graphic. It's very helpful.
Oh, we'll work on it. Let's go ahead and take a look. Everyone took 4 tires except the 58 of Johnny Hurst, right? So they didn't need a full tank of fuel. So definitely an opportunity to jump a few spots. But I don't know if it's going to be fast. So maybe what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a look at that 58. We saw him get passed by Barnes. He's got 1.3 seconds over ahead of the 71 of Love. And then about 6 seconds over the 15 of Mailman Miller. So as far as strategy goes for points, I think the 58 here of Johnny Hurst has made a good move.
Can we see the lap times just for a little comparable?
Last time around, Hurst 31 flat. Love is cooking about 4/10 quicker, and then Miller is about the same. So it's unlikely that Hurst is going to fall out of beyond 7th spot. Look at Manning charge up on Steele there, 2/10 quicker. So now he's a 10th slower. So they're trading lap times. Not expecting that Manning's going to be able to charge up here. spot goes up to the 29 of Pylon. He's not doing too bad. He started to recover a little bit, but we've got a big gaggle of cars right here. Lashbrook in 9th. Under fire from the 5 of Welding, the 12 of Grace, the 34 Straminsky. Everyone is right there, Chris. If there's going to be a caution, this is where it's going to be.
Yeah, Lashbrook doing a good job right now, trying to just hold on, concentrating. But no, I agree with you. I think if we were to see anything, these guys are all jockeying for a position there. Jimmy Pylon there really closing in. Got around Grace, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know. He's
now
charging
trying to get
up.
around Copperthorn.
Yeah, he's charging now, but it's a little late, you know?
Well, we have 10 laps. We'll see.
10
He's
laps.
10 laps. He's in 13. I'd say where he's at with this gaggle of cars, he could make a top 10 perhaps.
71 of Love looking underneath the 58 of Hurst. These guys are pretty close in points. Hurst got a little bit of an edge. The high side here is able to maintain momentum, and the guy on the bottom side is likely going to have to lift. So what we saw there is the 58 protect the high side, and he's making the 71 of Love work for that spot.
And I'm looking at the tower here. We have Isgrig in 4th place at the moment. I think Isgrig was in 5th earlier.
Nope, he was in 4th after that pit
Oh, was
cycle. Yeah, Skittles is having a heck of a run tonight. You can see that Barnes up here is chasing him down, but I don't think Barnes is going to have enough orange juice to squeeze out of that orange to get up to the bumper of that 40. So hats off to the 40 Isgrig, showing that he can slay concrete tracks.
We have Ben Ryan in the chat watching this race. He's saying Manning is gaining, but only slightly.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we'll hop up to Manning here and switch the cameras. Just over the last couple laps, he's slowly gaining, but it's a late race charge here. We're seeing him, you know, almost 2/10 slower. So Steele might have just been keeping change in his pocket as it progressed, and Manning charged hard. You know, Smith might be able to get up on the bumper of Manning here. You see Smith about a 10th quicker than the 78 machine. And Love. What is this? Plot
It's our
twist.
first caution.
Plot twist.
This shakes it up.
Just a little bit. We're gonna see what.
Ooh, someone's going the wrong way. That's Lashbrook.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens here. Lashbrook up into the wall, sliding down.
It's Pylon.
3 wide.
Copperthorn. Oh, wow.
I mean,
Oof.
I don't know
That's
what to
nasty.
say. What do we have to say about this one?
Well, it looks like Jimmy just nudged Copperthorn. And then Lashbrook just, bam, innocent bystander on that.
Collateral damage.
Yes. Without, you know, doing mega zooms and all that, it's kind of what that looks like. But
Oh, Richardson meets the bumper of Copperthorn. That's heavy damage to the 2 machine of Richardson. All drivers entering the pit lane. We're going to stop playing with this. We're going to watch the battle on pit lane here. See if somebody gets all risque and bolts on 2 tires.
at least Copperthorn could drive in, which is nice. Didn't have to tow.
Yeah,
this will be a shake up here.
I mean, there's not a lot of time left, so, you know, bolted on 2 tires here, you can make it stick. You just gotta not let somebody get to your outside. Straminsky did not pit. He's still on the track.
I like that. Where was Stravinsky before this caution?
He was in that battle of trucks.
So 7, 8, 9 or something like that, perhaps.
Yeah, he was a little bit further back, so where Welding and Miller is. Probably in about 10th or so.
I like that. I mean, sometimes you just got to go for it. He's not probably in the best position, obviously, for a win, but
it's too risky.
It's too risky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too risky. I would have came in, bolted on 2. But we're gonna take a quick little break here, and we'll be RB.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like...
All right, Chris, we're back. I know you're like, hey.
Hey.
When are we getting back? We got back.
This is exciting stuff. This will be an exciting restart. I mean, it is nice to see green till the end, but, you know, fun to see a shake-up too, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Straminsky can make it work. He's going to need one of those top shelf restarts. You know, but this is going to put us right into green-white checker territory. So they're going to take the green flag with 2 laps to go. And with that being said, if we see the white flag, it's official. Crazy move by the 34. Hats off to Mad Mike for, you know, being the only one to bite the bullet here while we're getting ready to take the green after our first caution.
I like it. You said it was a little bit bold, but I'd like to see what he can do with this. With 2, oh, someone's in the grass.
The 46 of 5th.
I mean, hopefully at least it's a gain. As you said, he was probably roughly in 10th. We'll see. Hopefully it's at least a gain.
The tire advantage
He's doing
from
a great
Fresh.
job.
Oh, little contact from the 4 of Smith on Dalton Steele.
And look at Straminsky just running away with it right now.
Yeah, because the contact.
Hey, you got to make bold choices sometimes. I love it.
2 laps to go, Chris. You're going to keep loving it.
I love it.
I don't know. I think, you know, you're going to see Smith be able to stick a nose on Straminsky.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right, but
I wake up early and drink racing for breakfast, okay? I know what's popping. Straminsky might... I don't even think he's going to be able to squeak out a podium here, to be honest, because these fresh tires, and here comes Barnes on the bottom, the 78 of Manning. These two need to be patient. Isgrig's up in the 5th spot.
oh, push up high for Straminsky.
Yeah, I mean, great move, bold strategy. This is the final lap here with the 4 machine of Smith marching at a corner 4. Badman Barnes 2nd, Marvelous Manning 3rd, Isgrig, the Skittlemobile, first
Stays at
5th.
4.
Straminsky, you know what? Strategy-wise, grabbing P8 on old tires like that, you know, good job.
I like that. Like I said, I was hoping that it would be at least a net gain of something.
I did.
And
you know,
yeah,
definitely.
picked up 2 spots.
Well, he probably picked up, you know, I'm going to go with maybe 4 or 5 spots just from that off strategy.
No, that's great. What an exciting finish.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, would you have been happy with no cautions?
I would have been, yes. I would have been.
Don't
but
answer that,
it's-
Chris. Don't.
No, I'm going to answer it. I would have been happy with no cautions, but it's nice to see sometimes just a circumstantial shakeup, and that's what we got. So I think it was exciting. I'd like to see a replay of the incident at the restart. I don't know if we're going to have time for that or not, but that was an interesting little shakeup as well there.
Yeah, let's we'll go ahead and grab that. Yeah, here we got the 4 machine of Smith doing a burn down. I'm gonna hit this fancy button here. I'm gonna go back a couple laps.
Great job to Smith, by the way. We've seen Smith time and time again in the hunt for a podium.
And here's the contact right there, Chris. Let's slow it down. You see Dalton Steele. He might have anticipated. Use your favorite camera.
The Fasces.
The Fasces. You see Dalton Steele. He drives in deep here as Smith's on the high side, but he's not anticipating, to me, Steele. Straminsky is shutting down in the center of the corner because he doesn't have grip. So Steele actually wants to get up high. And he does, and he checks up a lot. You see him back up off the bumper of the 34. And maybe Smith didn't make contact, rather Steele got loose. Let's dissect that a little bit. You know, maybe we made a bad broadcasting call here. I thought there was contact, but I definitely can't always be mistaken.
No.
You're on the wrong car. Here he is. There's no contact there yet. Look. The contact would happen there. Like, he might have got him after he got out of shape. But the 7 of Steel, he bit the bullet after kind of just sliding it on cold tires.
It's tough. We don't know for sure, but I guess it looks like that.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want to give somebody fault, like, definitively. I don't know if we got a better camera angle. This might show it here.
That might look good.
You know, and you see that Smith is tight to Manning's nose, but here you see
you can
the 7 getting loose here. You see that back end slide out? And then
I would say that's contact. That looks like contact to me. I mean,
I agree there's contact, but what I'm saying is the 7 is out of shape first.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Got it. Yeah.
I'm not saying that what I just kind of want to infer is more so that the 4 of Smith didn't do anything crazy. Just the 7, that truck got away from him, and then, you know, the 4 had to kind of react, and there wasn't a lot of time to react to a truck sliding on a lap.
What I will say, and you'll agree with me on this, is unfortunate for Steele because Steele was dominating that entire race, and you know we had the caution and the restart, and just a blip of we'll just say restarts are funky, and Steele just got caught up in a situation and finished. I'm not sure where, but tough break, I guess, for Steele.
Yeah. Chris, we're going to take a little bit of a break, roll our commercial here, and see if these drivers are able to cool off from getting through the tech shed and they have to say about tonight's race. BRB.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding.
And
Wagoner
Chris,
Welding
these
is a
guys are probably
family-owned and
worried
operated
we
business.
we weren't coming back, but we're back now.
Yeah, don't want to worry anyone.
Right? Yeah. Guys, it's getting late night here. Definitely an impressive run by these drivers. Only one caution. Our first driver interview. If he's popping off in the right spot here, we're going to grab the 78 machine of Mr. Tyler Manning, the marvelous Manning. How's it feel to grab P3 tonight, sir?
I mean, shoot, without that caution, it might have been P2, but no, it was good. We were just talking about it in the waiting room. Like, the thought came across my mind, like, there was 5 to go or whatever when the caution happened. So, like, 3 green flag. I was like, 2 tires. And then Andrew was the one that had, big enough, what's to put 2
Kahunas.
tires on. Yeah, the kahuna is out there to put the 2 tires on. I went with 4, and then it obviously didn't work out. But yeah, thought about it, but it was good race. I do want to say I hate that I kind of got into it with Brian a little bit there. I would have to go back and look at it, but I did make contact on his inside. He was pinching me down. It's kind of a back and forth thing. He could have let out of the gas. I hate that he went up into the fence.
That's why he was short pitting, perhaps then.
Yeah, I think I might have forced that. So I apologize for the contact, but like I said, when he's running so hard like that, it happens, right? Contact's it's gonna be there. But yeah, I feel like this is another race where kind of shot myself in the foot with not qualifying great, because once we got up to second or third and was out there pacing, I could slowly catch the leader. Of course, would have need enough laps to get there, but if you started up there, it would have been a lot easier to begin with.
I mean, absolutely. You started 10th tonight. You got up to third. I mean, hats off. You did show speed, and it was nice. And you actually always do it. You actually march up through the field and have that racecraft, and thank you for being accountable and saying, like, hey, I made contact with the 69. He might have some words with you in the pits later. I don't know.
Yeah, he gave me a door shot once I caught him again when we were going back around. He made sure, but I said, not intentional. It's my bad. But like I said, when we were racing so tight, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Chris, over to you. Where do you want to take us for the latter part of this?
Tyler, I will say hello and I will say congratulations, man. A great race. It is always exciting to see you racing. Glad you made it on the podium. Good for you. You had your posse, all your fans in the chat rooting you on. And we're digging your paint too. We commented on your new paint for tonight. It looked great. And we're off to Chicagoland next week. So thoughts, comments, anything?
Chicagoland's a pretty good track. If I remember correctly, the last couple seasons that we did Chicagoland, they've been good shows. Another wide, open track, similar to Kansas. Did pretty good at Kansas, so I'm hoping that translates over to Chicagoland and we can end the season on a high note. Need to close a little bit of ground, I think. Maybe a win will get us there, but kind of at this point with how the points were looking, I kind of need like Barnes or Steele to have a finish last or not a very good day kind of thing, and I don't know if I'm really gonna get that because of how fast those guys are. So it's just going out there and running good, and hopefully we can back it up. Yeah,
no, that's all you can do. To have Steele finish last, that's highly improbable, but
unlikely.
Unlikely. But so anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
Of course, my fans that were here tonight, I guess. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you guys for putting on the broadcast, and then everybody that runs this league, so that that allows us to have all this good racing and such a good group of guys together.
Awesome. Well, we hope to see you on a podium again next week. All right.
I'm gonna try my best. See y'all next week.
See you, buddy. All right. Well, that was our P3 finisher. Time to grab the other Tyler. We call him Bad Man Barnes. Tyler, Robin, Chris up in the booth. How are you feeling about tonight's finish, buddy?
Feeling great, man. How y'all doing?
Well, I'm happy. I mean, I had Chris with me tonight. Always nice to be with my buddy Chris. Keeps me entertained.
Hey, Tyler, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Talking about just kind of strategy for yourself. You ran pretty consistent, up near the front most of the night. You started third. I didn't think you didn't really fall back out of the top 10. How was the track driving for you? Did you feel like it was tight, loose? Was tire wear a factor? How was your rhythm? Tell us something.
Yeah, so I came out here and I was gonna save tires, and I did for the first part of the race, and then I'm trying to keep pace with these fast guys in the front and doing everything I can to keep up with them, and me and Johnny got battling good and gave him a little distance, so it kind of put me back. Didn't really have a shot at anything until that caution came out.
Yeah, that definitely helped you, march forward because I think you were sitting seventh before that caution.
Yeah, I think fifth or sixth, something like that.
So I mean, that caution definitely played in your favor. You're gonna have to thank the battle between the 98, the 69, and the 29 for that chaos ensuing. I see that you elected to. Did you bolt on 4 tires there at the end?
Yeah, I sure did.
Rumor was that 2 tire was the strat. What caused you not to take 2?
Well, it wasn't a green, white, checkered, so I seen we had a little bit of green flag running to do, so hoping I could just get around, but got hung up on the 34, got hung up on my outside when I was trying to clear him, and he kind of just lingered out there for a little bit longer than I wanted to, so I couldn't get the drive off. Another lap, might have been able to get Andrew, but yeah, just congratulations to him on his win, for sure.
He was fast for sure. Chris, over to you, sir.
I wanted to say hello, buddy. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. You did a great job tonight. Yeah, having that caution tonight gave you a little bit of help, I would say. Robert had asked me when we were closing, he said, man, what did you think, man, about having that caution? What have you liked to see, go the whole race green? And I said, yeah, I would. But you know what? It's nice to see sometimes just a little bit of action. So that little bit of action allowed you to get onto the podium. So yeah, congrats on that. And we're going to head over to Chicagoland next week. So what do you think about Chicagoland?
We're really fast there, so hoping to close this championship run out on a good note there.
Well, the good note is that right now you're sitting with us the narrowest of narrow margins in Narrowtown. I don't know if you're familiar with Narrowtown as a town or a city, but you're definitely going to have to get your homework done at Chicagoland. Despite your speed, 5 points separates you from the 7 machine of steel.
Yeah, I hate what happened to him tonight. He had the long run for sure. Very fast truck, and just sometimes it just creeps up on you.
Yeah, sometimes luck isn't a pretty lady, and
No,
and she bites you. And sometimes you don't want to be bitten by bad lady luck. You just want the good lady. But ladies, we all need ladies. Write that down.
Okay.
That's all I got, man. Tyler, okay. Batman Barnes, who do you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, my Lord and Savior, most definitely. My girlfriend, SpeedZoneTV. I appreciate everything y'all do for us. Roughneck Racing, Wagoner's Welding. Who else is there? I appreciate Elite Motorsports, everybody, my team. Appreciate all the work they put in, and Renegade Racing. Come out on Thursday nights. We have the super late models running, so I hope to see some guys come over and run.
Heck yeah, man. We hope that especially me more than Chris, because Chris, I don't know whose favorite is for next week, but I'm definitely rooting for you, Mr. Badman Barnes. I hope you get it done at Chicagoland and put on a heck of a show for everyone. we're talking to you next week, not only in the podium fashion, but also in a champion.
Yes, sir. I appreciate
Yeah.
y'all.
You can't just dump me like that, man. No, Tyler, best of luck to you next week. What, Robert, you said 7 points. Is that correct?
5 points.
I'm sorry, how many?
Stank. 5.
Sank, 5 points. Yeah, Tyler, best of luck to you next week. 5 points. I mean, yeah. Put on a good show. Like Robert said, do a little practice, and we're looking forward to watching next week's race and seeing where you guys finish. Okay.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, brother.
Okay. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next week.
Y'all too.
That was the Badman Barnes P2 tonight. Interesting championship on the line. But one thing to think about here, Chris, and we're going to be pulling in our winner tonight, is Badman Barnes and our winner tonight are battling for the championship on the Monday night series. So it's going to be a hot take here to see what Super Speedway Andrew Smith has to say. Mr. Smith, 2-tire strat. What the heck? You came out, stole the show. What do you have to say about the night overall?
First things first, I love you, Dalton. I hate how, things like that happen, on the final lap. It's unfortunate. I tried to stay out of him as much as I possibly could, but there's only so much break you can give somebody before you got to turn them on the last lap, and I really tried not to. I tried to help him stay straight, but he should have won this race. But the 2-tire strat, yeah, it worked out for me.
That was the money, wasn't it? That was the money. Yeah, and we watched, just to comment on that contact, we watched it back, and tough break for Dalton. That truck did get away from him, and you pretty much almost hit him square. And if you'd hit him square a little bit, like maybe like an eighth of a car more, it might have pushed him straight, but you still would have been up his butt. And I don't know if you're into that stuff, but I mean, it's a tough break. It's gonna be okay, Chris.
Yeah, I'm back.
Andrew, you actually you join a rare class of drivers in the Roughneck Racing Series here. Only, I believe, you're the third driver this season that has won races across the Super Speedway and the Truck Series. So, I mean, hats off to you for getting it done tonight. You have been, consistently fast over in the Super Speedway Series, and it doesn't always translate over into the truck. So, is this something that you're going to be able to do more consistent if Season 9 rolls around?
Absolutely. I'm going to try my best to see. What's killed me this season is I haven't been able to make every single truck race. I have missed at least 3 or 4. So I feel like if I hadn't missed any, we'd probably still be looking pretty good. But I actually have to give a little bit of a shout out to, Tim Richardson. He's really been pushing people to practice, and I've gotten on a lot more, and I've worked a lot harder to be better at these technical tracks, because this track is very technical. And it's been working out for me. So got to give a shout out to Tim for, really pushing everybody to practice as hard as they can and do it as serious as possible. So he's really pushed me towards working a lot harder on getting better on track. So big thanks to him.
Chris isn't a big fan of the Super Bowl, and that's fine. But do you got a Super Bowl pick?
No, because I don't care about it either. Also, I know I was running the Tennessee Titans paint. Don't be fooled. I like an even worse team, the Atlanta Falcons. Just running it because, home state. I live in Tennessee. Love my state. Love our tracks. So I love Nashville. I'm really excited to win here tonight. So.
Oh, hats off at the hometown. Chris, over to you, fine sir.
Andrew, congratulations, buddy. Good job on the win tonight. We always see you as a hard charger, Robert and I, in these races. So I'm glad you not only got on the podium, but you won. And yes, awesome that you're repping your state football team. That's super cool. I would do the same thing. Hey, and I was going to mention to you, by the way, your practice is paying off. That's cool that you do it. I never practice, and that's why I suck. So, you putting in your practice, and you won. So super awesome. And Robert, really quick, if we could flash to the points, where's Andrew in the points battle
He-
for the championship?
He's not in the contention for this one.
Not in the contention. Okay, well then, best of luck to you next year. Then, if you make more races, Chicagoland, how do you feel about it? Are you going to make it next week?
I should be here. Chicagoland's a fun track, super fun in the trucks. So look for me to be in the front once again.
Awesome, we will, and yeah, we'll dig your paint.
And we're gonna do everything we can to make sure Dalton Steele wins this championship. Don't be fooled. That's my boy. I'm gonna make sure we're not gonna have another thing like tonight.
And
Promise.
just we'll sprinkle a little sugar about Monday because everyone watching now is going to be watching Monday. Do you figure you got the secret sauce for Monday night?
Dude, I hope so. I hate the Xfinity cars. I hate them with a passion. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna drive on track. I'm not gonna care, and we're gonna have a good time. The 4 horsemen are gonna come out. We're gonna get together, and we're gonna push.
Or wooden horseman? Got it.
That's why we do this, right? To have fun.
Yep, 100%.
Well,
Anyone you want to thank real quick before we sign off with you?
Always got to give the first shout out to James Wagoner's Welding for allowing us to come and do this every week and put on a show for you guys. And another big shout out to you guys for being here and doing it. You guys do an awesome job, and the broadcasts are super fun to go back and watch on my big TV because it looks so good.
Yeah, he does a good job with the broadcast.
But yeah, got to give a shout out to the teammates. Another shout out to Dalton and Tim and Johnny, who was out there tonight with us.
All right.
Super Speedway Smith, good luck on Monday night. Hats off to you on your win tonight. But, kind of the unfortunate carnage and contact that ensued in front of you. And heck of a job on the 2-tire strat. I was kind of hoping to see a couple more guys to take it because there wasn't enough time to get heat in the tires for it to be a critical factor. But made it work. And you made him question strategy and future.
And I commented on that too before we let you go. I was asking you, Robert, about taking 2, if it would work, if it didn't, what you thought. And so we did mention it when we saw everyone diving in under that caution. And so you made it work. So it was cool to see.
It was a split-second decision. I literally told Ty Manning that as I was pulling in my box, I unclicked my left side tires. So last-second decision, it worked out perfect. So.
Well, congratulations to you. We hope to see you next week on a podium.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Take care. All right, Chris, we're in one of those final intimate moments between you and I know you love it. Before we do closing remarks, maybe take a quick look once again. Fancy button once I find it. Showing our podium finishers again. So we just talked to the 3 drivers here. Our winner, Andrew Smith, in contention for the championship on Monday night. P2 goes out to Badman Barnes, also battling for the championship here, leading the points in the Truck Series, going into the final race at Chicagoland next week, but also battling on the Monday Night Series for the championship against that 4 machine of Smith. And Marvelous Manning in the solid P3 spot here in the championship for the truck. So these guys are a super duper threat. Another thing that I will pull up that should look super cool is this graphic here. It's going to show you just kind of everything that happened. So we had 7 lead changes with 6 different leaders. We had 1 caution for 3 laps that you saw happen. I think it was around lap 95-ish or so.
I think so.
Yeah, fastest lap goes out to Andrew Smith. Pole position, the 7 machine of Dalton Steele. That was unfortunately stolen away from him. He led the most laps with 89, but hard charger, it did work out for him. He made special commentary 11 spots gained for Mike Straminsky. So, Chris, just with this info flashing up, people can see the results. What were your thoughts on the race overall?
It was a good race. It was fun. Probably not for Dalton Steele at the end there, but it was exciting to see Mike Straminsky stay out to try and see, to roll those dice and see where he could finish. And hey, we went green almost the entire race. We did have the caution. And, usually if you have a caution, it is going to be at the end because you have folks trying to charge, tires are worn up, et cetera, et cetera. So it was cool, I guess. It was nice to see, things, hey, they get shaken up. People have to make split second decisions, like Andrew Smith, of course, on the tires. And you just never know what'll happen. So, I'd say all in all, a great race. Drivers drove great with each other. We didn't see, and I'm going to use this word egregious. I used it too much, but we saw good competitive driving, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Top-notch racing here from the drivers at Roughneck Racing for the Wagoner's Truck Series. Going to wrap up race 11 at Nashville Superspeedway. We talked to our top 3 drivers. Next week, February 11th, Chicago Speedway for Championship Night. You're going to want to tune in to that. But before we go there, February 9th, we're going to be duking it out Championship Night for the Super Speedway Series, also brought to you by Wagner's Welding. It's going to be one epic battle, so you're going to want to be tuning into both those shows because if you miss them, you snooze, you lose. And there's going to be great storylines there for you to watch as we close out Season 8 of Roughneck Racing. So, as Chris always reminds me to say, put a like and subscribe. We're so close to getting that plaque. If we get it, I will cry. Chris will cry too. We'll cut it in half. We'll share it, I promise. And then make sure you're clicking that gearbox in the bottom right-hand side. And more importantly, we haven't done it in a while, but there's been a lot of increased viewership on the streams, and just thank you guys for watching. It shows that appreciation that we're looking for. So hats off, sayonara, and yeah, you guys Monday. Chris, say bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Good luck on Monday. It's been fun.
Yep. Signing off, SpeedZoneTV. I'm Robert Warrens. He's Chris Schusler. Hope you enjoyed the show.